Hey YouTube, what's going on? Steven Gamer here. Today we're going to be doing some War Thunder gameplay of all things. I just got back into War Thunder after a long while of not playing it, like 3 years. And now I'm just trying to get back into it. This is a fresh new account, so you're going to see I'm still with the Soviet starter tanks. I've tried out all the factions again, just to kind of see what's changed, if they've rebalanced the game, stuff like that. And basically everything looks pretty similar to what it was previously. So the one thing is that the Russians, I do feel like, are the best faction in terms of all their tanks. So that's really changed in my opinion. So here I'm trying to just like pick out some people, see if there's anybody else on the horizon. Nobody's there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wait for this guy to pop out. Hopefully he will, and I can just nail him real quick. And he's done damage, which I think is a little bit BS. He got a direct hit there, but that's okay. I'm gonna get his buddy, and it looks like I miss. But the machine gun comes through. Again, that's the problem with having some of these light tanks and these starter tanks. They have no armor, so any hit, well, will kill them. And when you have light vehicles, that's something that I honestly forget about a lot, to be honest. Like, that's something I forget about when you have light vehicles, is that like you even have a machine gun. Like, once you get to the higher tiers, I don't even use the machine gun regardless. Come on, man, you got to get out here. What are you doing? This guy's hiding for no reason. The M2A4 that he has, that's a pretty good tank as well. It's pretty fast. Armor-wise, no match. So in these beginning tiers, Russia is just so dominant, right? They're gonna control the battlefield just so handedly, right? Like in this tank, I'm not really putting much effort in. It doesn't have the best armor because it's a starter tier tank, but as far as like maneuverability, the gun it has, the reload, everything like that, it's absolutely fantastic. You're gonna see me pick out a ton of targets from a distance. I'm surprised this guy actually doesn't see me. Looks like he's just looking the other way. And these starter tiers, really, they're whatever faction you pick in the starter tiers, they still have serviceable tanks, because most of these tanks can only take like one hit. So don't feel bad. You know, if you pick, even if you don't want to play as the Russians, right? Just picking a starter tier tank. Or just picking a faction that, you know, fits your playstyle is really the most important thing, right? So what I do, like, before committing to a faction, especially if you're a free player, you know, look at the tech tree and just kind of see what the strengths and weaknesses on these tanks are. Some of the tanks, even the starter tanks, you can test drive them out in a training facility as well. So that's a little tip for choosing your faction. In general, the Americans are more the balanced faction. Germans generally have better guns in the late game and mid game, and then the Russians are like the better armored faction. So we're gonna go to the BT5 or maybe the T26. Yeah, we'll do the BT5. The BT5 in this starter tier absolutely rocks. Like, it'll rip anything else to shreds, because you're gonna see how good the mobility is here in a second, and the gun as well. So War Thunder, yeah, in the 3 years I've been away from it, coming back to it, it's the exact same as I remember. I think players are a little bit better now, just because the only players left playing War Thunder are mainly the hardcore players. A lot of the new players, I think, have kind of moved on to other things. War Thunder is also not a game that you can kind of like play, you know, once or play in coincidence with other games. It's really more of a full-time game if you're trying to get into it. So what I mean by that is that you have to spend a lot of hours unlocking the tanks, unless you're gonna pay for them, pay for boosts. You have to spend a decent amount of time getting good, right? So once you get into the simulation mode where the most hardcore players play, they spend a lot of time getting better at what they do. You know what I mean? But here I'm just kind of trying to flank around. I don't think there's anybody out here. One thing I don't like about arcade is they show you the outline of other tanks. So like, this guy right here, look, he's completely exposed, you know, for no reason. And I'm not sure how I didn't get him, but we got the critical hit in. And he gets me pretty quickly with the M2. Again, in this early tier, any shot will pretty much destroy your tank. We're just gonna move up here, look for targets. I love the detail that War Thunder puts in their tanks. That's one of the reasons why I play War Thunder instead of World of Tanks, is that there's just so much more detail and care into the actual models of the tanks. It makes you really feel like you're, you know, in a simulation. Let's see if I can find some enemies. We're actually losing the match too, which goes to show that maybe we've been focusing too much on kills and too little on the actual objectives. This T26 isn't exactly that quick either. And the gun's okay. I think it's a 45 millimeter, I want to say. Little suicide over there. Not going to do much to them. I think he actually missed, because if you do suicide into a tank, I think you'll get him. So he may have just missed there. So just scan the perimeter here. Where is everyone? Did we take out that many guys? Like, they're winning the battle, but I don't see any enemy tanks. And with arcade mode, they usually actually highlight them. Like you see, I was getting highlighted. That's one thing I wish they would take out of the arcade mode, is that at that point it just makes it way too easy once you highlight vehicles. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, you can just quite easily snipe the enemy tanks. Here, this guy's hiding behind a wreck, which I think he knows I'm here. Let me inch around. Yep, got him. Yep, another hit. That should have penetrated though. This guy's... I think, yeah, my horizontal drive's gone. Oh, whoa, what? Wow. How did he sneak up on me? Wow. There's like 2 tanks there. So this has been some World of Tanks gameplay. For more World of Tanks news, updates, and gameplay, make sure to subscribe to the Theban Gamer channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.